What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week. I am your host, UnrealEntGaming. What's going on, everybody? I hope you all enjoyed your Thanksgiving. For those of you out there who celebrated Thanksgiving this past week, I hope you all enjoyed your holidays, guys. I mean, Black Friday was just around the corner, and so many great things happening. The PS4 is out. The Xbox One is out. I mean, it's December, for God's sakes. Christmas is right around the corner. We got New Year's coming up in about a month. So many things happening, so I hope you all enjoy this episode, guys. I have a lot to do today, so I'm going to try my best to answer every single question as fast as I possibly can. So let's begin with today's question with our first question, which is from Game Time X. Hey Alex, it's Game Time X, and first off, I just wanted to give you a big thank you for allowing me to post your videos on my channel. Thank you. With your permission, I think more people need to see it, and you deserve so much more for your hard work, and thank you so much for everything you've done here. And here are my questions of the week. Alright, thank you, man. Question number 1. Do you think Titanfall will be better than Battlefield 4? Ooh. Because we all know at this point that it'll be better than Ghosts. Question 2. Do you know about the asteroid named Apophis that is said to hit us in 20 years? The video is on my channel if you would want to know more about it. If you do know about it, what are your thoughts? Question number 3. What has Vegeta taught you in life? Oh, I like that question. Question number 4. Which movie will be better in 2015? The Avengers 2 or Man of Steel 2? Question number 5. Favorite anime movies aside from DBZ? Thank you so much, Alex, for answering my questions. And thank you for allowing me to share your videos on my channel. And for everyone watching this, if you want to be featured with Alex on my channel, just ask. Thanks, Alex. God bless. Thank you, man. Alright, so to answer your first question, Titanfall versus Battlefield 4. I can't really say at this point because I love Battlefield 4. I have it for the Xbox One and the PS4. For those of you out there who do want to play with me on those consoles, you can go ahead and add me. My PSN and gamer tags are both AlexAnimal7. But I love Battlefield 4, and I think Titanfall is going to be phenomenal, don't get me wrong. But between the two, I can't really say. I mean, I'm hoping for Titanfall to be better than Battlefield 4. Because we all know at this point that Battlefield and Titanfall are both going to be better and are better than Ghosts. But Battlefield 4 and Titanfall is just a game where it's going to be so immersive. There is no campaign. The multiplayer is the campaign, so that right there is just fantastic because you can just jump right in and then there you go. But for Battlefield, they're already talking about making a Battlefield 5. So at this point, as good as the game is, it does have its little flaws. So between the two, I would have to say Titanfall. And the reason why I say that is because we can go in there in a game and we can actually, just fight on foot, fight as regular soldiers and whatnot. Battlefield, Call of Duty style. And if, shit gets out of hand and if shit, hits the fan, we can get inside these giant, mechanical, nanotechnology robots and whatnot. We can just wreak havoc all around the map. Environment destruction, mech to mech battle, mech to soldier battle, just so many things going on along with vehicles. So it's going to be a mixture of vehicular warfare and robotic warfare along with guerrilla warfare with soldiers. So and Titanfall is an exclusive Xbox One game, so I'm really looking forward to that. But the fact that the game is going to revolve around the multiplayer, I mean, I'm really happy about that because in today's age, a lot of games are focusing more on multiplayer, with the exception of some games that still keep it to a single-player basis. But Titanfall is definitely going to revolve around multiplayer because that's what they want to build it off of. So, between the two, I'm going to have to say Titanfall, just because it's going to look better, the graphics are going to be better, and overall, probably the gameplay is going to be a lot better. So we're just going to have to wait and see on that. To answer your second question, yes, I have heard of Apophis actually a very long time ago. I believe around 2006, 2007-ish. And when I found out about it, I was just like, oh shit, there's an asteroid heading right for Earth and whatnot. And then when I was looking up people like Michio Kaku and other astrophysicists, they were pretty much talking about how the asteroid has to pass through a certain keyhole in order to actually strike the Earth, and the keyhole is so small that it actually is going to dip below our own communication satellites, I believe in 2029, and if it misses us, then it's supposed to come back, I believe 7 or 13 years later. and make a direct impact. And that's pretty much scary because the asteroid itself is the size of the Rose Bowl. And that is a big stadium, so that's pretty scary in and of itself, knowing that there's an asteroid out there that might strike us. And if it does, it's going to cause, catastrophic things on this planet. So, I mean, I really hope by then, NASA or whatever other space organization creates like this kind of plan that actually diverts the asteroid away from us. Because if it doesn't, we can all kiss our asses goodbye. So, my thoughts on it, I mean, even though it's about 20 somewhat years away, it's scary to know, yes. But is it something to worry about now? I would have to say yes, because what if the asteroid does have a direct trajectory toward Earth? You know what I mean? Like, what are we going to do then? Obviously they don't want to blow it up because they feel like, oh, well, we can't unleash nuclear weapons, blah, blah, blah. So obviously create like a deflector to deflect the asteroid's orbit, somewhere else. So all we can do now is just pretty much hope for the best that these space age, sort of industries like NASA and whatnot can actually develop something to deflect this asteroid away, because if not, we are doomed. So to answer your third question, what has Vegeta taught me in life? Vegeta has taught me that anyone can change. And that's very important because Vegeta went from being, unrelentless killer and an unmerciful soldier to being a very humble fighter. You know what I mean? Vegeta had his trials and tribulations, but he still pretty much taught us that anyone can change. And he also has taught me that, never to give up. You know what I mean? Like, always train, always try to push yourself beyond your own limitations so you can see where you can be in life. You know what I mean? Like, Vegeta trained really, really hard. And Vegeta as a character is just absolutely amazing. Like, this guy literally pushed himself beyond anything he ever thought he could be, and he actually accomplished something. So for that, I truly give Vegeta so much respect, because that right there, I use that kind of motivation when I'm, either working out or I'm at practice to just push myself just a little bit further. So for that, I mean, I don't know where I'd be if it wasn't for Goku and Vegeta, because they share almost the same similarities. So to answer your fourth question, the Avengers 2 or Man of Steel 2, that is a good question. I would have to say probably the Avengers 2, because it's definitely going to continue off of the Avengers 1. They're going to continue off the standalone movies like Thor: The Dark World and Iron Man 3 and Captain America and Guardians of the Galaxy. So everything is going to lead up to something. And plus you're going to have Ultron in it. You're going to have a special appearance by Thanos. So that right there is just absolutely amazing. Like, this movie is going to be truly one for the ages, whereas opposed to Man of Steel 2, which I feel like is going to be very good because you're going to have Batman in it, it's not going to be able to come close to the Avengers 2 in terms of story and character build-up, because the Avengers have already established themselves as Earth's mightiest heroes, and they pretty much have a very good lineup and a very good resume of actually defending the planet, saving the planet, intergalactic warfare with other beings and whatnot. So that right there just sets itself up that the Avengers 2 is going to be better than Man of Steel 2, unless, of course, in the Man of Steel 2, they actually go on ahead and show Green Lantern or Wonder Woman or Martian Manhunter or Aquaman, bits and pieces of the Justice League, which I feel like they're going to, eventually do. But at this point, in terms of the two movies, I am much more excited for the Avengers 2, and I am looking forward to the Avengers 2 more than I am with the Man of Steel 2, and that right there just says a lot, because the Avengers 2 is going to be a movie that I don't think anybody should ever miss out on. So, and to answer your last question, favorite anime movies aside from Dragon Ball Z anime movies, Pokemon the first movie, Pokemon 2000, Pokemon the third movie, the Yu-Gi-Oh movie with Anubis, Digimon the first movie. What else do we got here? I think that's about it for now. Those are just something I can just think of right on top of my head. Those movies were just fantastic, and those were my favorites and always will be my favorites because they're classics. So for those of you out there who were born and raised in the 90s, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So those movies right there can change you. So those would have to be my favorite movies as of right now, aside from Dragon Ball Z, because obviously you guys know me for being a hardcore Dragon Ball Z fan. So those would have to be definitely in my top favorites. So, but thank you for the questions, Mr. Game Time X. Moving on to the next question, which is from Alex Moore. Hello, I love your videos. So let's get on to the questions. Thank you, man. Question number 1: how does your chair feel? Question 2: why does Paul cheat in Mind Wars? Question 3: who would win, Bills or Bear? Thanks for all your time. I hope both your wrestling and YouTube career goes well, and God bless. P.S. Go Paul. P.S. Go Yamcha. Really, you're rooting for Yamcha? I just lost all respect for you. I hope you get hit with a spirit bomb so freaking massive that it just obliterates your entire state. Damn it. Fucking Yamcha. I really don't understand who can actually be a Yamcha fan. Like, that guy was so fucking useless in the series. Alright, well, to answer your first question, how does my chair feel? Well, my chair is as uncomfortable as always. Hopefully during Christmas time, I'll get a new chair, and then when I do that, I'm gonna burn this chair and I'll make a video on it. I'm gonna take this chair somewhere out there. I'm just gonna put gasoline all over it. I'm just gonna light it on fire, because this thing is torture. I mean, the only person at this point who's ever experienced, you know, the torture of my chair was Paul. He came to my house, he sat down, and the first thing he said was, "Holy shit, is this what you really sit on, dude?" And I was like, yes, this is my uncomfortable, miserable, you know, World War I chair, and it's just terrible. I mean, the cushions are gone. I mean, the cushions have been obliterated. The chair is like half broke. It's just terrible. I hate this thing with a passion. But yeah, that's how I feel about my chair. I'm gonna set it on fire the day I get a new one. To answer your second question, why does Paul cheat in Mind Wars? As far as I know, Paul didn't really cheat in the first war, in the second war, and in the third war. The only reason why Paul cheated in the fourth war was because I'm pretty sure he got bored and he didn't know what to build anymore. So he was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna, you know, fly around and do whatever. I mean, after he built, you know, his 2 houses and whatnot, he didn't really do anything else. All he did was fly around. He kept burning me to death. He kept blowing us up. He kept putting TNT everywhere. I have Vern as a witness. I have his own brother Aaron as a witness. I have his other brother Sean as a witness. I have everybody as a witness. I have AZ Electro Kid as a witness. Everybody was there to witness this kid place TNT everywhere. Sometimes he might not blow it up. Sometimes he would. But when he set it there, everybody would just panic and whatnot, tries to delete it. So the only reason why I think Paul cheated in Mind Wars 4 was because he pretty much ran out of ideas, so to say, on what to build. So that's the only, you know, explanation I can give at this point. I mean, I really don't know. So damn you, Paul. And to answer your last question, who would win between Bills or Bear? I think Bear is more than ready to take on the God of Destruction. I mean, I've trained him myself, so as you know, his power level is way beyond 9,000. Now who the fuck am I kidding? Bills would slaughter Bear. That's not even a fight, unless of course Bills finds Bear to be cute and he takes him onto his own world, which I'll be very sad and depressed. But Bills all the way for that one. So but thank you for the question, Mr. Alex, and I really hope that you have a great holiday season, man. I have so many things to do today, mother of God. Anyways, moving on to the next question, which is from Christopher0470. Hi again, Alex. I'm back with another fan mail, so let's get on to the questions. Here we go. Question number 1: how's that PS4? Any bugs or errors? Oh boy. Question 2: like my profile picture, it's my DBMO character. It's a Super Saiyan with some shades. Actually, I commented that on another fan mail, I believe. I remember when you sent your first question. I remember I answered that. So question number 3: what game do you like better, Call of Duty Ghost or GTA 5? Question number 4: how soon do you think you're going to be posting PS4 content? Question number 5: have you beaten GTA 5 story yet, not including Strangers or Freaks or the Lester assassination missions? Question 6: do you sometimes feel like Namco Bandai is purposely adding things into the DBZ games that fans won't like? I do. For example, in Ultimate Tenkaichi, the game would have been better without a combat system and stayed like Raging Blast 1 and 2. I think they do it purposely because if you want to put something like a character creation into a DBZ game and the perfect combat system, nobody will buy other DBZ games. That is absolutely true. P.S. that DBZ Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z demo will only be for Europe, not North America or Japan, unfortunately. Thanks for answering my questions, and I look forward to fighting alongside you in Battle of Z. Well, my good friend, I shall see you in Battle of Z. Alright, well, to answer your first question, the PlayStation 4 is amazing. I love the PlayStation 4. The graphics are beautiful. Everything is beautiful. The controller is awesome. But there are errors. There are bugs. For like the first 2 weeks, like the online was corrupted. It was messed up. On Battlefield 4, Conquest is still a little bit, derpy here and there. There are a bunch of online errors and mistakes, and I really hope that they fix that. But other than that, I mean, it's just small errors like online crashing and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure that they can fix that by, adjusting their servers and whatnot. But the PS4 is just, it's so much better than the PS3. I love it. I am not going to get rid of my PS4 anytime soon. I am not going to do that. I mean, I got rid of my PS3 twice, so I am not going to get rid of my PS4. This system is truly awesome. I mean, and some of the games that are going to be out for it are going to be awesome as well, so I'm really, really looking forward to that. But if you guys want to buy the console, I would definitely recommend it for the simple fact that you pretty much have everything you want right there. So it's something that I would definitely recommend for every single gamer who's looking to get a great game console. So to answer your second question, I already know about your character. I remember I commented in that, especially with your character that has shades. So I remember I commented about him in a previous episode. I don't remember which episode it was, but I definitely remember I did that. So to answer your third question, Call of Duty Ghost or GTA 5? Are you kidding me right now? GTA 5 is so much better than Call of Duty Ghosts for the simple fact that GTA 5 is running on a new engine. They have a better multiplayer. Everything about GTA 5 is better. Like, the story's better. Everything about it just screams just better than Ghosts. I mean, Ghosts had such potential, but for me, it's just another letdown. I mean, I think Ghost is not the worst Call of Duty game, but I definitely feel like it could have been much, much, much better than what it is now. GTA 5 is so much better because I had so many epic moments online with my friends, bank heists and, missions and beating each other up, and you guys know about it. I mean, I posted several videos on that, and I will continue to post the GTA 5 missions very, very soon, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. But between Call of Duty Ghost and GTA 5, I would have to definitely say GTA 5, so... to answer your fourth question, how soon will I be posting PS4 content? As soon as the new patch comes out that allows me to upload and actually stream my PS4 content through my capture card. So once that is implemented, you're going to be seeing a lot of PS4 content from me, because I really don't want to go out there and get a splitter. I feel like that's just a waste of money. So definitely, as soon as they come out with the patch, I'm definitely going to do that. So to answer your fifth question, yes, I have. I've chose ending C, and let's just say that GTA 5 story was so amazing. I mean, I love it. That's why GTA 5, to me, is possibly one of the best GTA 5 games ever. So, I mean, everything about GTA 5 is just absolutely amazing, and Rockstar, thank you for actually putting time into your game. So, and to answer your last question, I do actually agree to that. I do feel like Namco Bandai is purposely adding in things that people don't want so they can profit off of it. You know what I mean? And like you just said, if they added everything at once, they're not gonna make any other games that are gonna be just as good. So that means they're gonna lose money and profit. So. But what I think they need to do is just pull their heads out of their asses and just give the fans what they want for once. Character customization, perfect combat system, same thing like Battle of Z, 4-on-4, 3-on-3, 1-on-4, 1-on-1, stuff like that. So, I'm actually hoping for a Raging Blast 3 or a Budokai Tenkaichi 4, but a lot of people are saying that Budokai Tenkaichi 4 will never come out, so chances are we just might get a Budokai Tenkaichi HD collection. But you're right. I mean, Ultimate Tenkaichi had potential, but again, they flopped with the combat system. And I do agree. I just feel like they include things that fans won't like so they can just purposely make money just off the title. If that's the way they're going to do things, then just give the rights on over to another company that can actually execute it very, very well. And for me personally, I would love to see so much more in the game, like what if characters and what if stories, and imagine having to play on King Kai's planet and having to do battles on there, and having to battle on Bill's planet and stuff like that. Environment destruction. That's what I feel like Dragon Ball Z is missing. Total environment destruction. I mean, that right there would be amazing. But in terms of them not giving us what we want, that is true. I mean, they're not giving us what we want, because if they did, we wouldn't be complaining as much, because, well, as everybody may already know, I mean, we all want to see the best Dragon Ball Z game, but we can't expect anything more because these companies are not giving it to us. So, is that the way I feel about Namco Bandai? I do, because I feel like they can do a way better job than what they're doing now. But ultimately, guys, it's not up to me, it's not up to you, it's up to them. So, but remember, we are the ones that, put money on their, in their wallets, so without us, they would be nobody. So I hope one day that somebody actually pulls their head out of their asses inside of Namco Bandai and says, you know what, let's just give the fans what they want for once, Because ultimately, if they do that, we would be the most happiest people on the planet. So, but thank you for the questions, Mr. Christopher. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Moving on to the next question, which is from Francesca. Hey, what's up, Alex, you fuckface? It's been a while since I sent the last family about back with new questions. I could have sent many more before, but I really ran out, and I actually can't stand the DBZ questions. That's right, I wrote it. Oh boy. But I always watch your videos, and you always get my support. Thank you for that. Now we're on to the motherfucking questions. Here we go. Question number 1. What happened to Porn Stars Gone Wild? Question number 2. Are you going to put some carrots and cookies and milk for Santa Claus on Christmas? Really? What am I, like 7? Question 3. What if life, everything that us humans do, and everything that we see was just a big experiment? What if there was some sort of species somewhere out there in the universe or galaxy that control us? What if they control the way the Earth spins, the blackouts, the earthquakes, flicked switches for lightning, volcanic eruptions, cyclones, and tsunamis? What if we were put on this Earth for an experiment and they could watch us, like the Truman Show, and see how us humans can survive, behave, and cope in dire situations? Or what if life is exactly like the Truman Show? What if those other species flick through their bionic TVs and watch the way we live for their entertainment? I wouldn't blame them. I mean, we are sort of fucked up. What do you mean we're sort of fucked up? We are fucked up. But what if we were only just one huge meaningless life, and we will all just puppets of an experiment to others? Damn, you just really questioned like the way we function, don't we? I mean, Those are all my questions for now. Really have to think of the last one. Keep up the amazing work. Those are other species would love you. I'm pretty sure they would. Until next week, fuckface, you're gonna learn today. Alright, you pancake ass. Alright, well, to answer your first question, Porn Stars Gone Wild, I wasn't going to get too much into it right now because I was going to leave it as a surprise. But it hasn't died out. It's actually coming back. It's actually coming back sooner than you guys expect it will. I'm not going to say when. But pretty much what happened was my co-star, my friend Jason, had to do a lot. He was moving. He was going back to school. He was working a lot. So we weren't able to have time to do any more episodes. But when he's available and when he's free, we're gonna start it back up and we're gonna kick it off right where we left off. So for that, expect to see that very, very soon. And actually, we're gonna go and do a lot more stuff in terms of porn stars, and I'll get into that in another episode. But you'll be seeing a lot of that as the weeks roll on by. So to answer your second question, am I gonna put cookies and milk for fucking Santa Claus? Are you kidding me? Let's say I do put cookies and milk for Santa Claus. What's going to happen most likely is I'm going to wake up one night and just happen to go to my bathroom and take a piss. And, 9 chances out of 10, I'm going to look down. I'm going to see a, little plate full of cookies and milk. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the cookies and milk. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to devour it right before even Santa Claus gets to my house, quote unquote. So, am I going to leave cookies, milk, and carrots for some reason for Santa Claus on Christmas this year? No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to leave cookies and milk for myself, and I'm gonna wake up the next morning, I'm just gonna eat it, and that'll be it. So, and to answer your last question, oh man, that is a tough one. Like I said, who are we to say what's real what's not real, what's reality, what isn't reality. I mean, like you just said, we're only human beings. I mean, we don't have the answers to everything, you know what I mean? So if life is one giant experiment, then that just means that ultimately our purposes in life have no meaning because we're being controlled and everything's already predetermined. Do I feel like life is a test and an experiment? Yes, I have my own reasons for that, but that may be a question that we will never get the actual answers to, because I mean that's truly going out of your way to explore the galaxy and the universe, and for you to even assume stuff like that, it's very, very reasonable to do that, because I mean we all have questions, right? We all have things that we're curious about, but sometimes we might not find those answers, to the questions that we're, trying to ask. So, is there, your main question is, are there other species out there? I definitely agree. I definitely agree, because it'll be so ignorant for me to say no, because we have an expanding universe, and some people want to even go on ahead and say that there's a multiverse theory, that there's multiple universes. And if that's the case, then you can imagine how many stars and galaxies are in each respective universe. I mean, just hundreds of trillions and trillions and trillions. I mean, the numbers would just go off the scale, literally. So for somebody to say that there's not life out there, I mean, that's so ignorant to say, because who is anyone to even say that? You know what I mean? Even if you do have some bullshit Hubble telescope, you're not, you don't have the capabilities to seek things outside of the universe or, beyond that, you know what I mean? So, if life is just a giant experiment, then I mean, what can we do about it? Really, all we can do is just go along with our lives. I feel like sometimes things are happening for a reason. Things just don't happen without reason, you know what I mean? And human beings, as much as they think they know, in reality they don't know, everything, So by you saying, what if there are other species out there that can flick through, switches and create this, that, and the third, I mean, it's proven that we as human beings have something called a HARP machine, and the HARP machine is a weather modifier and weather manipulator. Therefore, we can create our own weather, right? So if we as human beings have the HARP machine, imagine what other species have. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised if they have like tectonic plate disruptors and oceanic disruptors and all that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised, because if we as humans just harvested this technology recently, imagine what other species and beings out there have. So we as human beings need to learn how to behave. We as human beings need to learn how to cope with one another. We as human beings need to start to understand each other, because in the end, we're all human beings. We're not gods, man. I mean, we're all people living on this planet. We should all get along. We should all help each other. Can you imagine how far we would get in life if we were able to help one another? I mean, the possibilities are endless. Can you imagine if we had a society that pretty much was able to function with one another? You know what I mean? Like, the possibilities of, things that we can achieve are just endless. And if it is for another species entertainment, then my God, all I have to say is they're just having one hell of an entertainment, right? Because you have, people murdering each other, you have massive genocide, you have greed, you have lust, you have torture, you have so many things going on this planet. And for their entertainment, I mean, there you go. I mean, this world is really fucked up. I mean, this entire planet has its flaws. And, there's just nobody to blame but us for that. But, if life was like the Truman Show, then all we can do is just go about our daily business. And even if it is controlled, I mean, if you like the way you live, then continue to live so. If you don't, make a change. And if you can't make a change, then all you could do is just live, right? So, but thank you for the questions, Francesca. I really hope you have a great holiday season. Anyways, everybody, this is all the time that I have for Anyways, everybody, thank you all for watching this week's episode of Fan Mail of the Week. I apologize once again, guys. I don't have too much time on my hands. My phone is just going off right now. I mean, I can see it just vibrating over there because I have to do so many things today. I have to help out my school at the House of Glory. I have to do some holiday shopping. I'm doing some giveaways as well, so you guys might want to stay tuned for that. But thank you all for watching, everybody. My name is UnrealEntGaming. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe for all latest news, information, and updates. Comment in the comment section below, guys. Please try to send me more video format questions, everybody. There's a reason for that, and you guys will see with some of the projects that I will be doing. Also, I just wanted to say, stay tuned for the first ever podcast that I will be doing with my friends Paul, Brandon, Dave, Danny, and Sean. So I hope you all stay tuned for that. It's going to be epic. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I hope you all stay safe. Stay tuned for next week's episode. I promise you I will try my best to have more time next week, because right now I really have to put on my pants and get going. It's not like I'm naked or nothing, but I have to put on my jeans, get outside in the cold, and do a lot of shit. I hope you all enjoyed, everybody. Take care, and I hope to see you all in next week's episode. Peace. I gotta go.